Welcome back to the 7th episode of Lights, Camera, Action. Today, you may notice the setup is a little different. I have a green screen. I might throw an image up here, right here in a little bit, but as of right now, this is what the setup will be. Sorry for the circumstances. Tell me if it looks better. It might look better. It might sound better because there's less sound. It might be a little bit echoey. So I just want to preface all that. But yeah, I have 6 prepared stories for you today. The very first one is about Fast and Furious 10 being announced. The second one is about the new Michael Keaton Batsuit reveal. Third one is about Ezra Miller and his arrest and how that'll affect the movies that he's in and what WB thinks about it. The next one is about The Batman and its HBO Max premiere. The next one is Thor 4 and its new trailer that just got released. And the last one is Spider-Verse and its unfortunate delay. But before we get into all those news, let's get into our sponsors. Exercising. We've all done it. We've all not done it at some point. The sponsor for today, though, is Grace Bar. It's an exclusive ladies exercising club that is located at Lee Victory Parkway in Smyrna, Tennessee. For any lady that is looking for more ways to benefit themselves physically, mentally, and spiritually, Grace Bar may be the answer for them. The very first class for Grace Bar will be completely free. That's right, completely free. After that, if you want to continue every class, you'll have to pay for. So think of this very first free class as like a demo. You can try it out. If you like it, you can continue. You'll have to pay, though. If you don't have to. You will have gotten that class for free. And that's kind of the point of it. If you want to exercise your body, both spiritually, mentally, and physically, Grace Bar may be the answer for you. So thank you to Grace Bar for sponsoring this video. Our second sponsor for this week is Sweet Treats by Jess. The lady who runs it, Jess Huber, is extremely nice, and she puts just as much craft into making her treats as she does at being a nice person. She specializes in treat making for both holidays and special events such as birthdays or parties. Look at the treats on this side. Up here. Those look delicious, don't they? So thank you, Miss Huber, for sponsoring this video. I will put a link to your website below, and as well, I'll also put a link to Grace Bar down below. So now let's get on to the movie news. Fast and Furious 10 was just recently announced. It just got a semi-poster. I'll put the image right here up on screen. That's what the green screen is for. It was recently announced that the 10th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise is currently in development. It will be directed by Justin Lin and written by Chris Morgan. I have no idea who those guys are, so hopefully they will do something cool with this movie. It will release on May 19th on 2023. As in regards to my opinion on any of the Fast and Furious movies, the very first 3, maybe 4, were fairly grounded. They were just about regular street racers and cars and all that kind of stuff. But coming to the 5th installment and stuff stops making sense real quick. I mean, there are people jumping off of buildings and living. Vin Diesel gets shot and doesn't react. There are multiple occasions where stuff just happens that would never happen. And for some, it's all the better for it because some people didn't like those first couple of installments. Sports fans who actually enjoyed the racing bit might have been disappointed as the movies kept going on and kept becoming less and less about cars. But Fast and Furious, it's a strange franchise. The 10th installment has been announced. I think I did an episode earlier where Jason Momoa was in talks to play the villain. So at least that'll be exciting. I love Jason Momoa. And most of this cast is pretty charming. So I have no doubt that this movie will be absurd as usual and push the boundaries of even the last film, which, spoilers, I guess, they went into space. So that's pretty crazy. Hopefully in this installment, though, they will keep it a little bit more cohesive, I guess. Hopefully this can be the end, because there have been multiple occasions where they've said, oh, this is the last installment, and then they just keep making more. And it's kind of funny. If they're going to be as funny as they are now, sure, whatever. But I think this franchise needs to come to an end at some point, so who knows? Hopefully Justin Lin and Chris Morgan will both do a good job. I don't know about their credits. This could be their first film that they wrote, directed, but I don't know. So, yeah, May 19th, 2023. The second story that I want to talk about is the Batsuit and its reveal. So Michael Keaton, who is obviously confirmed to reprise this role as Batman in both The Flash and the Batgirl movie coming out, just had his new Batsuit revealed. He, I think, released an image on, was it Twitter? I think it might have been Twitter. I don't remember. But he seems to be sporting a new look that's very similar to his look in both Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. The difference between this look and those other looks is, well, it has a couple of things that are different. The most notable ones are the muscle padding. It looks a lot more streamlined, a lot more basic for a superhero suit now. The gauntlets are also noticeably different. They look more jagged. They honestly look more like the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight suit gauntlets more than they do the Michael Keaton ones. The utility belt is not colored anymore, unfortunately. And the cowl obviously looks different. So he will be sporting this new look in The Flash and Batgirl, as I already said, and both are slated for a 2023 release. I just want to preface this. I looked it up, and Batgirl said it was releasing in 2022, but we've gotten no trailer or no news. And for The Flash, we've at least gotten a teaser. So I have no idea what that is going to look like. They might cancel it and push it back, delay it, I should probably say. Or it might just come out in 2022 and they just haven't released a trailer. So I don't know. But as far as the Batsuit goes, I think it's not awful. It is a bit disappointing. It's not like extremely horrible looking. They at least kept the oval shape bat, which I really like because most reboots for Batman has just the bat symbol. For every new solo Batman release after the 89 Batman movies and Batman Returns and Batman and Robin, they stuck to just the regular symbol without the yellow on it. And it is nice to go back to a version of the character with that oval. The problem is the suit itself doesn't look that great, in my opinion. It's not that it looks awful. It just looks I guess, disappointing that they didn't really... All the improvements that they made didn't really feel like they needed to be made. Like the gauntlets just... I guess those look fine. It's really the utility belt that I'm mostly disappointed about, and the cowl. The cowl looks a little bit strange. I don't know. It's not even Michael Keaton, which, by the way, he's aged spectacularly for this new suit and this role. So there's that. Michael Keaton will be really cool as ever. And my biggest concern is really just the belt and the cowl. They both look strange. I think the cowl has too big of a neck, and the utility belt is just a regular black utility belt. So the only yellow you have is the oval, which kind of sucks. I kind of like the yellow contrast on the middle of the belt in Batman Returns in '89. It broke up the monotony of the black sections. And but as far as the suit goes, it's fine. It's just I wish it had looked a little bit better. I wish they had gone for a more Neil Adams Batman approach, which I could probably throw up an image on screen here. But that was when he had the blue and the gray in the comics. If they had gone for an approach like that, I really would have loved that. But they didn't really change it all that much, and the changes they did made, I think, were unnecessary. So it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll still go and see the movie. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on it. The third one is a little strange. Everyone kind of knows this. I want to be short about the arrest because I really just want to talk about how the movies are going to be affected. Ezra Miller, known for his roles in The Flash and in Harry Potter, was arrested on March 27th after some violent altercations with a fan. I believe he was in a bar in Hawaii. And following that, he was arrested again not too long ago on April 19th due to throwing a chair at a 26-year-old woman. So WB, which is obviously the company responsible for his roles and what he's involved in DC and in the wizarding world, have not yet commented on his arrest. There have been a couple of people saying that they just haven't commented because they don't really care. but I think it's just because it's happened so recently, and he still has another Flash movie coming out. So that's a really tough place to put this this actor and these new movies coming out. So I think it's very possible, though, that he won't be involved in any other future projects, at least as of yet. We might get news otherwise. I don't know. Real quick, I want to give an overview. Ezra Miller has never been my favorite, character. He's never been perfect casting for me for The Flash. He's never wowed me for that character, so I'm not really upset that he is gone and he is missing now. Really, the only thing I'm concerned about is how are they going to address that in these new movies. I've heard one rumor where they're thinking of just bringing in the CW actor, which I think he does a solid job for all things considered and for what he's given. Hopefully, if he's brought over in new DC projects, he can be the new Flash. I wouldn't mind that, actually. I wouldn't hate that. My biggest problem with this overall is, again, the movies. How are those going to be affected? I don't really care about the new Harry Potter movies coming out. I'm more concerned about DC. And the reason I'm more concerned about DC is because if you look at their track record with Henry Cavill, Zack Snyder, Ben Affleck, and now Ezra Miller, this universe has just completely lost its mind, and I have no idea what's going on. They are spinning their wheels. They are on fire right now. They produce great projects now, I think. They're in a pretty good spot for movies and how those are doing and TV shows and all that kind of stuff. But as far as consistency in creating a good universe, look elsewhere. But yeah, so as far as I feel about this, I don't know. Ezra Miller seems pretty crazy. I will say that. But I obviously don't want to get too much into the drama. I wanted to talk more about the movies. So there you go. Next story. I want to keep the next story very brief because I'm pretty sure I covered this on the last episode. This is about HBO, the Batman and its HBO Max premiere on April 18th, which originally I said it was the 19th because they had announced it as coming out on the 19th, but I guess they pushed it out quicker, which wasn't bad at all. So the movie, as I said, was originally supposed to come out on the 19th, but it instead released a day early. I don't have much to say about this movie other than I love this movie. I've seen it 2 times outside of its theatrical release. I saw it once in theaters, and then I saw it the day it came out, and then I watched it with my family. They all liked it, and I'm really happy that this movie, I'm pretty sure the numbers are higher than Zack Snyder's Justice League when that premiered on day 1, which is extremely shocking, to be honest, because Zack Snyder's Justice League was like this project that all these fans wanted to come out, and it was this really hyped thing. Batman, not to say that it wasn't hyped, but to me, I don't know, I'm just surprised that it reached more numbers than Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's possible because of the runtime. That could be a big reason as to why that movie was 4 hours. This is 3. It's an hour less. So it's still really long, but it's a little less long. So the movie, though, is great. If you haven't seen it yet, I would 100% recommend it. I'm pretty sure you can buy it separately. I'm not sure about that, but I know it has premiered on HBO Max. I'm not sure if that's the only way to watch it. There are probably ways you could buy it, as I said. But, yeah, I would just recommend getting a subscription to HBO Max if you don't already have it, and watch it. And along with that subscription, you'll get a bunch of other movies. I watched American Psycho yesterday, which just premiered on that streaming service, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure how long ago, but it's on there. So my point is that besides the Batman, there's more on HBO Max, so I think it's a deal worth looking into. So yeah, Batman. Great job, Matt Reeves. Our next story is Thor 4, or Thor Love and Thunder, as it's been called. We just got our first look on April 18th when Batman premiered, conveniently. And this gave us a new look at the characters, including Thor, the Guardians, Korg, Valkyrie, and Jane Foster. The movie, as far as we know, is about Thor following his journey after Avengers Endgame, and he seems to be striving to find peace. In the trailer, I think he says, these hands were used for battle, now they're used for peace. Something like that. So he's not his same warmongering self. You even see a shot where the Guardians look like they're running into battle of some kind, and he just turns and walks the other way. And And his answer could be found and related to the new Thor that emerges, named Jane Foster. This is obviously a character from the other two Thor movies that was absent in Thor Ragnarok because people didn't like the human stuff, and Taika didn't really want to address that, I'm guessing, so he just said they broke up. So whatever. The film will be released on July 8th of this year. The reason I'm so excited for that's around my birthday, and I cannot wait to watch this movie. This movie looks fantastic. There's a frame in this trailer that is straight ripped out from one of the comics from, I think, Thor, Mightiest Avenger, or something like that. Thor, God of Thunder, I think, is the comic series. This movie looks beautiful, cinematography-wise, and I can't wait if this movie comes out and has fantastic cinematography. That'll be just so good, because the MCU, for me, just lacks entirely on the cinematography part. Something about their new movies always look gray and just lifeless, and I can't wait for this movie to come out and completely knock all of that out of the water. This movie looks fantastic. We don't see any of Christian Bale and his villain. We just mostly see shots of Thor, the Guardians, Korg, all of those people. And the final shot is Jane Foster, who I think looks really good for debuting in this movie. They've done a fantastic job, Marvel has, with keeping the costumes comic accurate, especially in this new phase. If you look at Falcon's suit, it looked fantastic. Wanda's also looked really great. Jane Foster, as far as the look goes, looks great. My biggest concern with her is really the character and how they're going to have to do some things. I believe the character in the comics has cancer, so that could be a very grounded and mature theme that they have to tackle. I heard they're still going to go for that. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember who I heard it from, but I think there was a rumor that they were going to do that in the new Thor movie. So, hopefully it'll be good, because this seems like they could be trying to pass the torch to Jane. They would have to really earn her over for fans as a character to do something like that, because the new Thor stuff is just so good that people don't want to let go of him. So, yeah. July 8th, and I can't wait. The last story that we have is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and its recent delay. The sequel to the Miles-led Spider-Verse film is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Unfortunately, it got delayed to June 2nd, 2023. This also slates the next movie, which was supposed to come out next year. This is a part 1 and a part 2. So part 2 is going to release now in 2024. I don't remember the date. I'll put it on screen right here. So, yeah. This sucks. I hate this. I have no idea what Sony is doing with their movies. Firstly, it kind of all started with Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then when the rights reverted back to Marvel, it's mostly just been a partnership with Spider-Man, the live-action version at least. Every other project has been a disaster in some way, save for Spider-Verse. I loved Spider-Verse. That's one of my favorite movies now. Probably like third, second, maybe even first. It's one of my top 3 movies of all time. That's what I know, though. So, obviously, I'm really, really looking forward to this, and they delayed it, and they haven't said why. And it really upsets me, because they delayed Morbius, because they wanted to change how the Vulture cameo worked because of what No Way Home did. They wanted to add in all the purple cracks that broke the sky and whatnot to explain how he even made it into this universe, and to explain exactly what is going on with their projects. And they failed, because as I've heard, people still don't know what's happening with that. I really hope they ignore that post-credit scene, by the way. Regardless, this is not about Morbius. This is about Spider-Verse. They haven't released a reason as of recording this video and as of talking about this, so I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I think Sony needs to get their act together. Unless there's an actual reason for them delaying this, it's really going... It's upsetting already, but they need to give a reason as to why. Because I have to wait, well, not just me, many other people have to wait an extra, 6 months for this to come out. And I can't wait for this. And it got delayed just because they decided to delay it, as far as we know. So yeah, that sucks. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to leave a comment down in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I will have a couple more being posted along the way along the horizon. And thank you also to the sponsors of this video. I couldn't do this without y'all too. Really, I really do appreciate it, and I want to let y'all know. Grace Bar and Sweet Treats by Jess are S-tier sponsors. I really appreciate it, guys. So I'll leave a link to those below if you want to go check those out. But, as always, thank you for watching this video. That is a wrap. So the sequel to the Miles-led Spider-Verse film, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, just got delayed, unfortunately, on June... whoa. Hold on, I needed... The lights just shut off. Hold on. Oh, they're motion activated. I guess I wasn't moving enough. That's a little embarrassing. Leave that in. Possibly that can be an end clip. Hello, everybody, at the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.